Some secrets are buried for years, not because they are forgotten, but because revealing them could destroy everything. Emily Parker believed the worst night of her life was finally behind her. She moved on. She rebuilt her life. She married a man who promised to love and protect her forever. But the day she met her husband's family, her entire world stopped. Because the man standing in the living room was the same man she had spent years trying to forget, and he had just been introduced as her husband's older brother. Emily Parker grew up in the quiet town of Brookfield, Colorado. It was the kind of place where everyone knew each other. Emily was known as kind, thoughtful, and hardworking. Her parents always told her one thing growing up: life will test you, but your strength is how you respond. Emily believed them. After high school, she was accepted into Westbridge University, several hours away from home. For Emily, it felt like the start of a brand new chapter. College life was exciting. New friends, new opportunities, new freedom. One of the first friends she made was Sophie Reed, an energetic girl who loved adventure. Sophie was the opposite of Emily. Where Emily was cautious, Sophie was fearless. Where Emily was quiet, Sophie was loud. But somehow, they balanced each other perfectly. One Friday night, Sophie burst into their dorm room excitedly. "Emily, my cousin is hosting a huge party tonight. You have to come." Emily hesitated. "I'm not really a party person." Sophie laughed. "That's exactly why you should come." After some convincing, Emily finally agreed. The party was held at a large house off campus. Music was blasting. People were laughing, dancing, and enjoying themselves. Emily stayed mostly near Sophie, observing everything quietly. That was when she first noticed Lucas Carter. Lucas was older than most of the students there. Tall, confident, charismatic. Many people seemed to know him. At one point, Sophie introduced them. "Emily, this is Lucas." Lucas smiled politely. "Nice to meet you." It was a simple introduction, just a few words exchanged, but neither of them knew that meeting would connect their lives forever. As the night went on, the party slowly quieted. Some guests left, others stayed overnight. Rooms were arranged for people to sleep. Emily was given a small guest room upstairs. Exhausted, she went to sleep. But sometime during the night, someone opened the door. It was Lucas. He had mistaken the room for another guest room. In the darkness and confusion, events unfolded in a way that left Emily deeply shaken. When Lucas realized what had happened, he stepped back immediately. "I'm so sorry," he kept saying, but Emily was too shocked to respond. The next morning, she left before anyone else woke up. She didn't tell Sophie. She didn't report anything. She just left and decided that night would never be spoken about again. Years passed. Emily focused on building a new life. She graduated, got a job in marketing, moved to the city of Seattle. Slowly, the painful memory faded into the background of her life. Until one afternoon, she met David Carter. David was calm, thoughtful, and kind. Everything about him felt safe. Unlike the chaos Emily had experienced in the past, their relationship grew naturally. David respected her boundaries. He never pressured her. And for the first time in years, Emily felt ready to trust someone again. After 2 years together, David proposed. Emily said yes. 6 months after their wedding, David suggested visiting his hometown. "My parents are dying to meet you," he said. Emily smiled. "I'd love that." They drove to Silver Creek, a quiet mountain town. David's parents welcomed her warmly. Everything felt perfect. Until David said something unexpected. "Oh, my brother just arrived. You'll like him." Emily turned toward the doorway, and her heart stopped. Standing there was Lucas, the same man from that night years ago. Lucas looked just as shocked as she did. David smiled happily. "Emily, this is my older brother, Lucas." The room suddenly felt silent. The past had just returned. For weeks, Emily and Lucas avoided each other, but secrets don't stay buried forever. Eventually, the truth began to surface. Arguments started. Trust was broken. David felt betrayed by both his wife and his brother. The entire family was thrown into chaos. During a tense family meeting, Lucas finally revealed something nobody expected. He looked directly at Emily and said, There's something everyone needs to know." The room fell silent. Lucas continued. "That night years ago, Emily wasn't the only victim." Everyone looked confused. Lucas took a deep breath. "I had been attacked earlier that night outside the house. Someone drugged my drink." Emily stared at him in shock. Lucas explained that he had been disoriented and barely conscious, which led to the tragic confusion. For years, he had blamed himself completely, but medical records later confirmed what had really happened. The room went silent. Suddenly, the story everyone believed changed. The truth didn't erase the pain, but it changed how everyone understood the past. David slowly realized that the tragedy had been a chain of terrible circumstances, not a deliberate act. Emily also saw Lucas differently. Instead of anger, she felt something unexpected: compassion. Over time, the family began to heal. Slowly, carefully, but together, after the family begins reconciling, Emily and David start rebuilding their relationship. One evening, while organizing old boxes in the garage of David's parents' house, Emily discovers something strange. Inside a small envelope are old photographs from the college party years ago. She looks closely at the pictures. Then her heart starts racing. In one of the photos, she sees Lucas arguing with a man outside the house that night. But there's something even more shocking. Standing next to Lucas in the photo is David. Emily stares at the picture in disbelief, because David had always told her he wasn't at that party. Later that night, Emily sits quietly in the living room holding the photo. David walks in. "Hey, what are you doing down here so late?" Emily slowly places the photograph on the table. David looks at it. His face changes instantly. Emily's voice trembles. "David, you told me you weren't there that night." David stays silent. Emily continues. "You said you never even knew about that party." David takes a deep breath, then finally says something that changes everything. "I lied." Emily's eyes widen. David sits down slowly. "I was there that night." The room becomes silent. Emily whispers, "Then why didn't you tell me?" David looks down, struggling with the truth. "Because I saw what happened before Lucas entered the house." Emily's heart pounds. "What do you mean?" David finally looks at her. "That man Lucas was arguing with outside. He was the one who drugged Lucas's drink." Emily feels the ground shift beneath her. David continues quietly. "I tried to stop him, but he ran away." Emily stares at him in shock. "You knew all this? And stayed silent?" David nods slowly. "I thought if the truth came out, it would destroy my family forever." Emily sits there silently. Years of confusion suddenly make sense. Finally, she asks the most important question. "Why are you telling me now?" David looks at her with tears in his eyes. "Because if our family is going to heal, the truth has to come out." Sometimes the truth hides for years, not because people are evil, but because they are afraid of what the truth might destroy. But in the end, healing only begins when the truth finally comes into the light. If this story surprised you, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this story with someone who believes in forgiveness and second chances. And tell us in the comments, what would you do if you were Emily?